Wine is about 8,000 years old. The exact beginnings are debated, with factions claiming firsts in both China and Mesopotamia, but most historians tend to agree that wine was discovered by accident. That's likely why it is thought to come from the gods. It's a natural product since it does not have to be manipulated in the same way as beer or whiskey. Wine production and wine trade were an important part of life and commerce in the Mediterranean by 3100 BC. But wine wasn't considered a drink for the masses. Only royals and those in the church drank wine following early production. Remember, it was considered a gift from the gods, while the rest of society was relegated to drinking beer. The first known wine bottle dates back to 325 AD. It was found in 1867 near a vineyard in Speyer, Germany, inside one of two Roman stone sarcophaguses. The bottle is now on permanent display at the Historisches Museum der Alts. Today, a standard wine bottle holds 750 milliliters of the good stuff, though most jurisdictions in the U.S. impose a tax by the gallon. According to the Tax Foundation, Kentucky has the highest wine excise tax rate at $3.18 per gallon, followed by Alaska, $2.50, Florida, $2.25, Iowa, $1.75, and New Mexico, $1.70. The 5 states with the lowest wine excise rates are Louisiana, 11 cents, California, $0.20, Texas, 20 cents, Wisconsin, 25 cents, and Kansas and New York, tied at 30 cents. Those rankings do not include states, like Pennsylvania, that control all sales of alcohol. The growth of the wine industry exploded in Europe at the end of the Middle Ages. One reason was likely health-related. In 1400, due to the Black Plague, which claimed more than half of Europe's population, wine was considered safer to drink than water. Hundreds of years later, the renowned scientist Louis Pasteur, who studied microorganisms and their effect on foods and beverages, seemed to confirm this theory, saying, "Wine can be considered with good reason as the most healthful and hygienic of all beverages." Champagne was invented in 1693. To be called champagne, a sparkling wine must be produced from grapes grown in the Champagne region of France following very specific rules. Other wines can be called sparkling wine but not champagne if they meet certain criteria, and of course, differences in styles mean that sparkling wine may also be taxed at varying rates from state to state. According to the Wine Institute, when you consider taxes, the most expensive state to grab some bubbly is Florida at $3.50 per gallon, following by Alaska, $2.50 per gallon, Hawaii, $2.12 per gallon, and Oklahoma, $2.08 per gallon. The most expensive bottle of wine was reportedly a 1992 Screaming Eagle Cabernet, which sold at a 2000 Napa Valley charity auction for $500,000. Despite the fact that it was highly reviewed, it's assumed that the actual value of the wine was less and that the bump was because of the auction. That's good news for the buyers, since donors who purchase items at a charity auction may claim a charitable contribution deduction only to the extent that the purchase price exceeds its fair market value. For example, if the wine was worth $400,000, the value of the deduction would be $100,000, or $500,000 price paid less $400,000 FMV. Still, at a purchase price of $500,000, with an estimated 34 glasses of wine in the 6-liter bottle, that works out to about $14.705 per glass.